Hi again, it's David, and today I wanted to take a deeper dive at the current housing market and some of the misleading information we're seeing in the news media and what that really means to home buyers, to real estate agents, and to really everyone. So the first question is, is the market really crashing? Are home prices going to just plummet? Are people are frustrated with the market. They've given up on buying homes after making offers and offers and offers and not getting offers accepted. So there's a lot of news out there that can be misleading. So I wanted to take a look at some of that. So the first is, those who buy and wait become wealthier than those who wait to buy. The average cumulative appreciation since 1991 in every state is shown in this graph, and the average return nationally has been just about 300% over this time period. So since 1991, a gain of almost 300%. So that's a great slide to show potential homeowners who are questioning whether now is a good time to buy or not. Just buy and wait. Don't wait to buy. Next, you want to look at headlines versus reality. And if you've listened to CNBC's real estate coordinator over the last several years, you would have lost out on over $200,000 in appreciation, tax-free, which is the equivalent of $350,000 of income. So take a look at a few of the headlines here, and this is based on a $300,000 initial purchase price. So in October of 15, she said, housing is a bubble larger than 2006, gain of over 5% appreciation. The following year, we're in a new housing bubble, another 5% growth. 2017, homeownership doesn't build wealth, the study finds, 6% appreciation. In 2018, it's better to rent than to buy in today's market, another 4% growth. July of 19, the housing market is about to shift in a bad way for buyers. That one really missed. 4% growth in 19, followed up by next year will be hard on the housing market, especially in these big cities. 16% growth. And finally, this past month, housing boom is over as new home sales fall to pandemic low. 18% appreciation this year, bringing that $300,000 purchase price up to $523,000 in today's value. You would have lost over $200,000 if you just listened to the headlines. And context matters. So for people believing we're going to see the market go to levels that were last seen in 2007, 2008, take a look at some of the facts. There are currently 14 million more U.S. households than in 2007. Those people all need homes to live in, and we know inventory is at all-time lows. So when you combine the increase in demand from more households, do you really think we are going to see the market implode? More on inventory. Let's take a look at inventory in 2008, the X at the top of the graph, roughly at the $4,000 line. And excuse me, and using NAR's data going back to 1992. Most of the ups and downs that we've seen are purely seasonal, but since 2008, when we hit the peak, we've been declining every single year. The green line is the overall trend line, so anything below the trend line means we're low on inventory of homes. As you can see, the second red X near the bottom under the current year, we're at all-time lows. And builders simply can't catch up. So prior to 2007, we saw a rise in home construction, but since 2008, they just have not built at the pace needed to replace older homes and build new for the growing number of households. Next, we can look at the FRED data, the Federal Reserve Economic Data on Housing Inventory, and how they differ from NAR's look at inventory. FRED only reports active listings, not those under contract, where NAR reports both. So this is a more realistic number of the actual inventory that's available today. May's numbers showed 516,000 active listings, and 55% of those were already under contract. That's the entire country. That's not just one state or one city. So that's even 140,000 higher than the all-time low we recently saw just a few months ago. Inventory shortage is real. Home price appreciation and the relationship to inventory. It's simple supply and demand. With the low inventory of homes available, naturally we're going to see appreciation like we have over the last few years. We saw record low appreciation rates in 2007 and 8 and record high appreciation rates in 2020 through current. So let's take some of this data we've been looking at and combine them into one chart. There's a lot going on here, so I know it can get a little confusing, but let me walk you through it. The green line is the trend line on inventory that we saw, and the black line is the actual inventory. The blue line is the appreciation, and the red line is just a zero appreciation marker. So the key point here is the inverse relationship between inventory and appreciation. So just focus on the blue and black lines, and you can see how we had an oversupply with low appreciation, and when that black line went down to today's level in the negative range, the appreciation rates climbed and spiked. So it's a very simple inverse relationship. We saw an oversupply with low appreciation in 2007 and 8, and today we're seeing high appreciation with low inventory. What this chart still doesn't account for, however, are the number of households that we first discussed. 14 million more and 3 million fewer homes for sale. So in reality, the situation's even worse. And inflation also needs to be accounted for. Is housing really more expensive today, or is the dollar just worth less? So for those people that are saying, I'm just going to wait until the foreclosures start, let's look at this myth. If you look at the amount of outstanding mortgage debt, the yellow line in this chart, 12.8 trillion, we really haven't seen an increase in the amount of outstanding mortgages since 2008. It's a fairly flat line. U.S. homeowners stopped using their homes as ATM cards like they did back in 2007. And the blue line shows the amount of equity in the U.S., which has risen rapidly to almost 28 trillion today. And total home values are almost 41 trillion. So let's make it easier to explain this information to a homeowner. Just remove all the zeros. If you took a home today worth $406,000, it would have an average mortgage balance of $128,000, meaning they have $278,000 in equity. Do you really think we are going to see a spike in homeowners who foreclose with those kinds of numbers? Even if they were in a completely unrecoverable financial situation, a job loss, a medical issue, they simply can put their house on the market and sell it for anything over $128,000 and pay off that mortgage. We know they're going to be able to sell it for more than the $128,000 in the current market. So not only are they going to pay off the mortgage, avoid foreclosure, they're also going to put themselves back in a better financial situation with the gain that they receive from their equity. So this is a huge point to emphasize to your buyers who are hesitant to the misconception that, oh, we're going to see all these foreclosures, I'm going to wait, I'm going to get a great deal on a property. It's very unlikely that we're going to see a glut of foreclosures at this time. So remember, keep educating your clients so they can make informed decisions and create wealth from owning real estate. I'm happy to share these slides with you. Just shoot me a text or email, and have a terrific day. Thanks.